Welcome back to Campaigns for North Africa. Finishing up my solo play. If you remember, this was the 7th armor the other day that got wrecked. They won the initiative, the British. So we're in op stage 2. And I roll for weather. It's hot. We moved during the Axis turn. These were the tanks that were destroyed in that hex. I did expenditure of water. I did expenditure of what else? I had to check their fuel and all that stuff. And the more I'm doing this, the faster it's becoming that I can just calculate things and put it down quickly. This has been helpful, by the way, too. Hold on. I keep things in here where I just, keep the divisions. I can go to each one. Of course, with the camera in my hand, it becomes more difficult. But when I'm playing without the camera, I can just go right through everything and see what I need to do and calculate everything. I am right now trying to figure out, it's going to be their movement soon. I'm just trying to see a game plan before I do air. And what else do I have to do? So right now we're in the organization stage. I'm checking to see if I want to attach anyone, detach anyone, construction, if I want to start construction. But since I'm only going to play 3 op stages, I don't think I'm going to be able to build anything. I won't have time by the time the Axis reaches them. Let me see what else is there. Yeah, so I'm thinking about looking at the 7th armor that I got that was pretty much almost eliminated. I'm thinking about sending these guys up here. They're anti-tank and helping them out. They don't have any tank help or anti-tank help. So I'm thinking about sending them up on this turn to give them some firepower, because I think the Italians have tanks with them, so they're going to need it. Because we have in this hex, we have Matildas, we have a full amount. They haven't lost anything, those. And then we have 2 left from the 8 Hussar. We have 2 A-10s left, so I'm just trying to get a game plan together. The victory point is to take this town over here. So we will see how this goes. Okay, let's see now. So we did our supply as well. We're not doing tactical shipping. We're not doing any Commonwealth fleet. And now we can assign, we had units assigned for land attacks. There was one thing I forgot to do last time. You have to roll to see if any of your units come back, your air units. So I have to check something. So yeah, it's an aircraft refit. So I have to roll 1d6 and let's see here, 1d6. And it'll tell us the percentage. I believe there's a dice modifier, and that's why it's 7 to 8. German squadron ground support units, add 1. Okay. Italians, we don't have any Italian planes, so we're going to add 1 for the Germans. So, black dice. It's going to be a 4. So 60% of our planes that flew last mission can come back. So I got to check that. And Commonwealth, black dice, 1. 100%. 100% of their planes. I know last turn we had we flew 10. So we flew 10, so 6 come back. So let me make a note of that. And 6, 4 out. However, we have 40 altogether. So basically, we have 36 that can fly a mission right now. And my bombers, we flew out 5 of them, so we can get back 3. So we can get 3 back. And 2 out. But we had 10 altogether, so we have 8 that we can fly. So we can fly 8 bombers out. So what I'm gonna do, as the Germans, we will fly. There's a 15 Panzer wants to take this, so we're gonna fly bomber there. We're gonna send 8. We'll do 8 bombers. And we'll do 10 fighters as escorts. And we'll be attacking this. And one thing about this, I have to find a way because, you know, we're playing solo. The opponent won't know where I'm gonna designate a mission. So to be fair, we have 3 areas that they can cover. So I'm going to call it 33% on each area that they can do cap. And if they want to make an attack, I think they'll make an attack on the 15 Panzer. This is threatening. So why don't we do that? So the Hurricanes have, the British have 20 Hurricanes, and they have 30 Belheim. So why don't we do this? Why don't we send 10 Belheim? To the 15th. We'll bring 5 Hurricanes as escorts. And then we'll do 5, 5, and 5. 5, 5, and 5 cap. So it'll be 5 here, it'll be 5 over there for cap, 5 over there for cap. That way, they're protecting. Just in case, because we wouldn't know. And then they're gonna send out bombers on the 15th with escorts. So we have bomber escorts. So what did I say again? I did had 8 HE 111s. And what did I say I was doing? Oh, here's what I'll do. I'll roll 2 dice. For the BF 109s as escorts, 5. So it's 5 escorts that's coming here. 5 BF 109 escort. All right. So that is done. Now we resolve all these combats. So nothing's gonna happen here. They fly back home. Over here, nothing's gonna happen. No one's attacking, so they fly back home. We can resolve this one. So what do we have? There's no cap. Actually, there is cap. You can roll to scramble. I almost forgot. Because I have 2 bases over here. And so this base here has the 109s. So there's a distance that they have to be. Distance that they have to be. I think it's on the chart. Scramble. Oh, here it is. All right, if you're 0 to 2 hexes away on a roll of 6, you get it, but we are way further. We are exactly. Let's find out. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We are 16. I didn't even think you can. I think the distance is too far. It says 15 to 16. 11 to 15. So we cannot scramble any plane. So they can go back. They're coming in, like I said, with 10. And their bombing factor is 6. So they're bringing in 60. So let's look at what they're going to do to the 15th. So what are we looking at here? So we're here, between that. And we're going here. So let's roll. $62. It's right here. And that's gonna be 1. So 1 battalion, we make the choice, the person who was hit. 1 battalion is gonna be pinned, basically. So I'll pin somebody of the 15. So we're gonna pin, which this is where there should be a rule on this one. I'm gonna pin the engineer battalion, but it should be a combat unit, and that's a rule I'm gonna put in for myself, because you're gonna pick a unit that is useless in this. That's not gonna be. It's not gonna affect you, and then it's just a waste of time. So I'm gonna make it. It has to be for myself a combat unit. So I am gonna choose this unit here. All right, so they're pinned. So they can go back and they're done. Now we're gonna go to this here. Now we have planes, so there's gonna be a fight. It's 5 on 5. So I'll just use these to put down as planes. Low numbers against the high numbers. And that's what you have to do when you're going in. You have to match them up 1-on-1. And if one side has extra, then they can go and add more to the back behind it. The initiative goes to, the attacker is the initiative winner. The British are the winners, so they're gonna be the attacker. However, and the defenders are going to be the Germans. Now we got to see who has the minus, who has the plus. So we got Hurricanes that are attack 4 and a maneuver 36. We have the BF-109s are attack 8, so that's a +4 to them. And then maneuver is a 36 as well. So there's no special modifier for that. So the British are -4, they're +4. And I believe we need to get a 24 to hit. They need to get a 12 to hit. And yeah, that's it. And they fire first because they have they're the weaker ones. So they're gonna fire all their units. They only fire once, and then we get to fire. Whoever survives, let's say they kill off 3 of the Germans. These 3 can go after now the bombers of the Germans. And the other 2 are held off by the other 2 fighters. But let's see what happens. So we'll go with this one and go down the line. So they have to get a 12. First one. Oh, let me tell you, white dice is the 10s. 41, nope. Next one. 32, nope. third one. 15, almost, nope. Fourth, 55, nope. And last, 43, no. Germans fire with number 1, 11, kill. Next one, 41, nope. Third, 16, kill. Uh, 62, no. And last, 56, no. So the Germans killed 2, and they don't go after the bombers because they don't have enough guys. We're still screening them, and that fight is over. So we take down 2 of their planes. And I'll make a note. I lost. Okay, let's move this over. Now we have our bomber. That's going to be dropping. What do we have? We said we had 10, no, 8. So we have 8 dropping down. Where's it? Oh, 27. So that's 16, 216. Right, what I'll do, 54, that's 16. Yeah, 216. So we have 216 being dropped down. Okay, let's see. And we'll roll 35, 216. Three. So 3 units, 3 battalions will be pinned. So they'll choose of the 3. Well, all 3 of these get pinned. This is where we were saying that this the air war is too strong. And how we played online, we play now, or we played, where the number represents a percentage of how much CP is deducted from your ability for that turn. For instance, I rolled a 3 result. They will lose 30% of their CP value instead of now just all being pinned. Because what's going to happen is I'm going to now march up with the 15 Panzer Division. They have no strength. They're at a 0 strength when you're pinned. So basically they kind of get wiped out. As you can see how powerful that is. And so we came up with a way of playing that instead of being pinned, let's figure out a way to hamper somebody but not make it so overpowering. And by taking away their CP value, it does hurt them because when they have to, let's say, counterattack, they don't really have the CP allowance to do so. Because right now they're going to fight, they're going to waste, exert energy, we'll call it, and they'll be at the border of really being able to fight back, which makes more sense. But I wanted to show you guys how powerful air is in this system that needed to be modified. But let's just say they're pinned. So all those units are pinned. So this is the 2nd Guard, 2nd Scots Guard, and who else? 8th Royal 60. Alright, so this is pin. Air is complete. And now we go into the movement phase. And it's the British turn first. So they can put units first and reserve. Well, before we jump there, I had to resolve slack to see if there was anything that had slack in that hex, and let's see if they did. So no one had flak. So they couldn't fire a thing, so I needed to check that. So they fly back, and then we fix our plane. So the refit stage is now. So with the British, we roll a 6. And of the 3 planes, 40% come back. For the Germans, 100% come back. So 40% for the British and 100% for the Germans. All right, next we go now. We'll put reserve markers on any units that need to be in reserve, but we're not going to do that. These guys are all pinned. Now we do our movement. So like I said, we're going to move these guys. So that's going to cost 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So remove 9. What do we have in this hex? We have 3 steps. I think 5 for rough. Just want to make sure. Six. So we can have 6 stacking points. So we can put 3 more, but these guys are weak. I really wanted to save them. All right, let's see who's strong that can help out here. We'll bring this unit here. We'll bring the 11th in to help out. That's 2. And we'll bring some guns. It's half strength. And so I will bring this up there. You know what? We'll back up and leave it here for 2. So that costs 2. And these 3 all pay 2 as well. These 3. All right. I wanted to know how much CP they spent on movement. So that's this guy, and that's that guy. All right, we're done with movement. We're not doing any combat. And we don't have to break down anybody. We don't have any reserve units now to be released to do any movement. We can do a truck convoy, but we're not getting into supplies. And now we can move our troops for the German. And that was quick for them. The Germans, we put any units right now in reserve, which we're not. I do have a new unit coming on. 164th, that was for reinforcements. But let's see, let's zoom out. Okay, zoom out, zoom in. All right, let's see what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What I like to do, by the way, because I have leg units and I have motorized units, I like to have two of these counters, one to represent the leg, one to represent the motorized. Because the terrain costs differently. Some terrains cost different from motorized compared to leg. However, the 15 Panzer, they're all motorized, I'm seeing. So since they're all motorized, I can just use one. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So that costs 12. So we exerted 12 CP. And this unit here, I'm gonna have him help out over here. So he is second Libya. All right, so they have motorized and they have leg. So let's do leg first. Let's do motorized first, actually. No, leg. Leg will go first. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So that's the max they can get to. And in clear, so yeah, it can only be, but if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I can do that and be closer to making that attack. One, two, 3, 4, 8. So we're not even gonna get that far. I need trucks for these guys. All right, we'll just bring them here for 10. So everybody's a 10. And then up there, again, trucks are gonna be more expensive. Wadi's gonna cost, I believe, 4. Wadi costs 4. However, we have a trail that halves it. So it's gonna be 1. Let's do this. This is the motorized. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Leave that at 10 there. I want to see what leg takes us to. 1. It is, Wadi for leg is 1. So that's going to be half. So that's 1 and a half, 2 and a half. That makes 3. So that's 1, 2. These 2's 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. These 2 make 9, 10. So we can get here for 10. So this costs us 10 for legs. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So it costs 16 to get here for motorized. So you can see why I was saying to keep them separate. It costs to come through this wadi and everything, it costs 16 for motorized, but for leg it only costs 10. Because the wadi only costs 0.5 using the trail, but it costs 2 to cross each one for the motorized units. So there we go. That way I know how to keep my fuel cost as well, plus my CP. So anyone that's over the CP value is going to get a cohesion hit. So there is motorized units that are at 15. I already have a -1 cohesion hit because I'm at 16. Everybody else, cohesion will be fine. So let me, I'm a lady, I will take a cohesion hit on them. So looking over here, the guns, they have a CP. So we're gonna be -1 for this. And they're at 20, so they're good. My leg units, as we know, we only stayed at 10. They're trucked, so they're good because when you're on truck, you're at 20, so they're fine. All right, so there's no combat that's going to happen up there. We know that. No combat here. These guys here, when I moved in, could have done a reaction. Now, reaction can only be done by motorized vehicles. So if there was any leg units in here, they could not react. Second, the 3 units on the bottom are pinned, so they can't go anywhere. These units are not motorized. Well, the top one, let's see. I don't think it is, if it wanted to. It is, so this can be, they can leave if they wanted to and not fight. They definitely can leave, and they can leave. But we're staying. And now they're in contact. Since once you stay, you're in contact. And it's going to cost you to break off later. All right, so movement is done. We are now going to do, we can break, oh, I'm not doing this now. You can break down your vehicles. This, in the system, takes a lot of time because of the terrain costs different compared to the way we were moving. Like this rough terrain without the trail is 4, I believe it is, but your breakdown point is more. So it's a lot to go through. Breakdown, I feel, I've played this system for many hours, takes a lot of time. It takes more time than doing your supplies. So, but I'm not going to do it here for the breakdown. We're going to get into combat. Right now we're going to put our guns in back or forward, and we'll go from there. Let's see. So the 7th armor, so these units here are the only ones that can fight. So let's do this. So our CP that we expended now is 17. So I gotta adjust anyone who's going over our CP allowance. The defender is wasting 5. So they're going to be good because this is their defense. Let's keep that up here. So let me look at the 15th and mark them who went over their CP value. So 15th. Okay, these are all -3. Alright, they're actually, yes, they're set. So they went over by 2. And here, okay. So let's now put people in forward and back. The 15 Panzer, who do I want to put? I want to combine my firepower, so I have to put everyone in forward. So who will be forward? Let's do all of these guys. So we have 2 here. We have 4 there. We have 3. All right, so that's 24 and 28. Here's my paperwork. This is nice and clear. So what did I say? 24, 28, it's 52, and 45 is 97 is 10. So we have 10. That's going to be going after infantry. I'm going to go after. They are going to send. They just have that unit. So they only have 3 times 8 barrage. It's 24. So they have a 2. So they're going to be sending 2 artillery barrage. And that's going to go after infantry. All right, so we have 10 from us, 2 from them. Let's see what the Germans do first. We'll roll 66. I think it's going to be pretty bad for the British. So we have 10. The terrain is rough, so there's a -1 against us for that. So we go down. So 1 unit is pinned. So this unit here is going to be pinned. They're pinned as well. I will mark this on the paper. These guys are pretty screwed. They're gonna roll. They also get the shift. Terrain works on both sides, by the way. So they were at 2. They're gonna be all the way at the end. They rolled a 41. No effect. So no effects for them. And these guys are pinned. Okay. So these are the only 2 guys that can be fighting. They fired, so they can do close assault because they would forward if they want to. I don't know if they want to because they don't really have much to offer. They can go into anti-armor, and I will do that. I will do anti-armor with them. So they're gonna give 6 divided by 10 is a 0.6, rounds up to a 1. So they have a 1 anti-armor factor coming in. 11 Haas is going to go into close assault. They have 7 times 3 is 21. Okay. But then it's going to be divided by 10, so they're going to come in with 2. All right, the Germans, let's see what we're going to do. We're going to bring in we don't know what they have in this hex. So, like I said, whatever we bring in for firepower, if there's no armor in this hex, it will then get placed into close assault. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to only bring in a couple armor. I'm going to bring in my 88s to fire, and I'm going to bring in my Panzer. I'm going to do my Panzer 3H. We can't hit this because it has no armor protection value. Nor this. Oh, actually, we can hit this. This has an armor protection value, by the way. And anything else in there. So, our 88s, we have 4 times 13 is going to be a 52. And our Panzer 3, we're going to have 7 coming. Times 3 is 21. That is 73. That's going to be a 7. So we have a 7 factor. And my close assault, we're coming in with let's see here. Gotta add this all up. We have 2 there. What is that? Oh, 6 times 20. We have 24. 10. Is 44, 20, 64, 21, 85, 28, 28. I really want to make sure that we take these guys out. Eight times 24, 5, 6. All right. So we have 165 raw points coming in. That's going to be a 17. So basically, we're going to be on the overrun table against these guys because they're a 2, and with all the modifiers, we'll still be on the overrun table. But we'll do it together anyway. But let's start with the anti-armor. So they have an anti-armor factor of 1, and we have an anti-armor factor of 7. So I'll let them fire first. They rolled a 54. That's a 3. So we have to resolve 3. So let me put that down. Let us roll. We are 7. Oh. There is a shift one shift. So they roll the, because they're wearing rough. It's a 1. So we have to resolve 1. So any of our armor that has a 1 armor factor or less, they will kill. Anything above a 1, they will not do anything to us. We're gonna roll 24. We go from a 7 down to a 6 because of the shift. 24. There's a 6. So we did 6 to them. All right, let's see now. Let's take a look at their units. Who do they have? First, let's find out who they have that has armor. 11 Haas has armor. Let's keep this over here. They have armor. All right, 11 Haas and the arts, that's it. These guys do not have armor. So let's look at their armor factor. As you can see, armor protection is 1. All right, so 6 they have to resolve. So I can take away 6 from them, which they only have 7. Or we can do a little bit of both, actually. The Matildas, remember they're pinned. Their armor protection is 6. I can lose just one of those. So why don't we do that? Why don't we lose 1 Matilda? They have plenty to spare. And we resolve that. Now for the Germans, they have to resolve 1. Let's see if we have any armor protection of 1. We have these. They're in and the 88s do not have. So basically, we can lose one of these. They're half tracks. I have to read up on half track. I think there is something that the half track doubles, but right now I'm going to keep it as if we lost the half track. And I got to read up more about the half track, but let's just go from here. Now we're going into close assault. And we have, like I said, 17 to their 2. So let's look at this, how it's going to play out. All right. So 17 there, 2. That's 15 to us, as you can see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're in the 17. However, we're in rough, so they get 2 back. 1, 2. That they do get. We are double their size, and we're double their raw firepower. So we're actually more, and we're better in morale. So basically, we're here at the last part on the overrun. So we're gonna roll and see what numbers we get. I'll roll for the Germans first. 55 is not going to be anything against them. And then we roll for 16. 16 is gonna be 50%. 50%. So since it's an overrun, you add up everybody's close assault value. Not just the ones that were in the attack, also the ones that were pinned, anyone who was held back, everybody gets added up, and then we get that final total, and then we times it times 50%, and that number is going to tell us how many TOE, how many close assault value needs to be deducted. Plus, that number also gets halved, and that's how many guns are lost as well. So let's see what this is all about. Let me add everyone up again. So who was in this hex? So let's do this. Second guard. These are everybody that was in that hex. All right. Second guard is going to be 12. 5 is 10. 4 is 3. 60. 6. 31. Matilda's is 9 left. Times 4. That's 67. And we have 11 Haas. 7 is 21. All right. So all of these added up, their close assault value comes to 88. That's the raw. You times that times 50%, which becomes 44. They have to consume 44 points of close assault numbers, and that's how much they have to lose. Also, the 44 number, divide that in half, which is 22. That's how many gun vulnerability points they have to lose. So we have 44 points of close assault and 22 points of vulnerability. And if you look here, for instance, the 11th, they have a value of 3. The first KRRC, they have a value of 2. So let's say I lost, they have 5 left. So that's gonna be 10. They have 7 left. That's a value of 21. So right there, it's 31. So if you took those two, you have 44, 31, that leaves you with 13 points left if I kill these guys off. So let's do that. So these guys, let's say 6 and 8, we kill 31, we have 13 left. Who else can we take from? Who else do I have? So I killed off this unit, and we killed off that unit. These are guns, so we'll deal with them next. So we have the Scots Guard and the Matilda. We have 13 points left. They have 6 TOE, no one lost. It's 2, so they have 12 here. So I can lose 12, but I still have one more left. Or if we have 4 here, so we can lose 3, which would give us 12, and 1 from there. So why don't we do that? 3, which make it 4 total losses. And we'll do 1 up here. That resolves all of the losses. Now we have to do the guns. The guns I said was 22. This was the gun that was there. Their vulnerability is 6. They have 6 TOE. There's 6. If I do 3, that's going to be 18. Which will still leave me with 4. What was the other gun there? It's this one here. And their vulnerability is 5. Alright, so I can do 2 from here. Because the other gun. So we'll do 2 from here. This makes it a 5. They say 2 from there, that's 10, and I have 3 left. Oh, that's 6. Oh, they're both, one's a 5, one's a 6, so we're gonna be over, yeah. So there. All right, so that is satisfied. Oh, I forgot to look. 16. 16 is not 16. 7. They have to retreat 1 hex. So they have to retreat 1 hex. So this was killed off and this was killed off. They're gonna go which direction? We'll go back. So this was on the 2, and we retreated 1 more. So they exerted that. They're not in contact. They're no longer going to be pinned because it's going to be their turn. Because the combat is over. So these guys wasted 2. These guys wasted that. And if I move into this hex, it will cost me another 2. Because the trail and rough. Rough is 4, but the trail halves it, so that'll be 2 more, which will bring me to, first before I do that, they're gonna take a -3 for taking over 20%, or is it 30%? It's 30%. They lost 30% or more, so they're gonna get a -3 for their cohesion. They get a +3 to their cohesion for knocking the enemy out of the hex. So let's do that. Oh, we killed off, yeah, we did kill off those. We did. First, I just want to make sure I'm killing off the right ones. Kill. So they're gone. They have 1 more, I see, okay. And then this is -3. And these guys are -3. And these guys are +3. And the max you can go up, by the way, in your cohesion is +10. Can't go any higher than that. They did well. Okay, now we will take that hex actually. It'll cost us another 2. So that goes from 12 to 14. That's the fuel we're going to be spending. So we did 19 here. All right, I adjusted everything. I adjusted the cohesion, and they are complete. And I will not attack anymore. And that's it. All right, fellas. Thanks for watching.